What role does storytelling play in communication?
I think storytelling plays an incredibly important role in communication. It is the way in which we can really connect and engage with our audience. It's a way to become memorable. And it's really built into our DNA. Human beings are designed for story. We gravitate towards story. We remember story better. We get energized by story more. The opposite is slides and bullet points. And we have a lot of research to show that we are not good at remembering and getting motivated by just slides and bullet points alone. I've been very fortunate to interview many neuroscientists who study this, and the brain is wired for story. In fact, I interviewed a gentleman, a neuroscientist named David Eagleman, and he used this great analogy to talk about how our brains are ready for story. If you remember what I call the first episode of Star Wars, it's the one that first came out. I'm old enough to remember 1978 and the first one. It's now, I think, number 4 in the sequence of these stories. But in it, Luke Skywalker is flying into the Death Star down this channel, and he launches some kind of torpedo that goes into this porthole and destroys the Death Star. And David Eagleman says, stories are like that torpedo. When they hit the brain, they go in and the brain explodes in terms of connection, in terms of ideas, in terms of energy. In fact, we call it episodic memory. Episodic means episodes. Our brain is wired to remember things as stories, as episodes. So I hope you've gotten my point. Story is important. And being able to tell good stories is important, especially if you're a leader and trying to do strategic communication.